starting right
And already
now.
I'm very interested. If Alliance leave up freestyle, no, they're not. Okay, so KC specialty is freestyle. That's the one they go for every time. And now we're going to see likely Slowdown, the first choice for KC. A map they always favor. They always pick it up, whether it's first or second. I think we're going to see them pick that at some point.
It's gonna be interesting. They're taking their time, which means that, you know, they're
Maybe
still...
they've worked on something.
Yeah,
here.
they're still discussing whether or not...
It's the first lock, and I think Alliance now looking at Parkour as the answer. Okay. Back and forth is an up they favor as well, but maybe they want KC to pick it.
Maybe they want to have it, but we see back and forth as map number 3 here being picked by KC. Then they answer with Agility Dash. Oh, interesting. Will we see Flip of Faith as map number 5 or Slippy Slides? I think those are the most likely picks here as the 5th map. Aeropipes is also like a map that we've seen already in the previous match, of course. But let's see.
I think Alliance are just staring at reps right now. Sorry, at Slippy Slides. That's the one they want to get, whether KC pick it or not.
Yeah, Aeropipes is a great pick from KC. Looking at Alliance.
Slippy, yeah. This is a good veto, I think, for Alliance, because they made KC pick one of their best maps. Back and forth, Mura is crazy cracked there.
But they also picked Aeropipes. Aeropipes, Alliance has some of the worst times on. So, I mean, there are definitely a little bit ups and downs.
There are a lot of imbalances.
Yeah, there's a good balance here. It's gonna be interesting to see how it turns out.
So definitely a good pick and ban here for Alliance. So let's see what they bring to the table on Slowdown. I would say one of the most competitive and closest maps that we have. The identity is not too hard to nail, and I'm hyped to see that map. I think in TMCL, for example, it was always picked. It was never a non-picker. It was never banned. So Slowdown always being there. And let's see what players are having up on their sleeves. Brand and Otak versus Soldier and Mura.
Yeah, let's talk quickly here about Slowdown. Once again, Slowdown is a very consistent map. It's very pace-based. It's easy to get through the map without making a mistake, but it's very hard to get through the map while driving very, very fast. There's maps like Slippy Slides where just getting through the map without doing anything crazy bad is difficult. But here, it is all about how close you can drive to the corners, how much you want to risk every single turn, getting those hundreds out of every section.
And the reason KC favor this map a lot, together with freestyle, they just found the rhythm on it very early in the season. Otak hitting the wall early on, Bren in the lead, but Bren is the fastest player from KC on this, has the 3rd best time in the league, 56.51, his personal best. And he's starting off with strong splits here, leaving Mura far behind, and that Soldier has hit the wall too. This is now a winning spot for them in the first round.
And also Bren here with a .11 checkpoint. That is really fast. Bren might be on a .5 here. Really, really nicely done. Mura being .3 behind. Ota could come closer if Mura makes a mistake in the identity. But look at Bren now, clearing the identity very nicely. Gets a lot of speed. Will we see a bang over time? I think so. He extends the seat to .5 of a second. Bren with a lot of speed. What will it be? Will it be a .4? No, .6. Okay, not that fast. Maybe Mura has saved it a little bit, but also he has caught up a little. But it will be the first victory for KC, and also close there. Soldier only 1 second behind. Made a mistake.
Great start from KC. They get the round win. So if you get 1st and 3rd, you get 2 points for your team. Your opponents only get 1. And if you can do that consistently, if you're just consistently that a little bit faster than your opponents, you will accumulate more and more points. And every single point puts a pressure on your opponent. Once again, we do see KC in the lead already.
We do, and we see Bren up front as he's been for most of the rounds KC's played on this. Out of 40 rounds played, Bren has won 16 of them for his team, and Otak has won 2. So Bren, the clear carry here, and that's the roles they're going for. Bren's going for risk. He's going for, as you said, those 0.4, 0.5 pace runs. But in this round, Otak's right there with him. He's on a banger as well. And this is so tough for Alliance now, who are 0.1 behind. But that's a lot on Slowdown into the identity. They need to get it clean. They need to be sharp, or else they're going to get aced. Inside line for both of them. Less speed for both of them. And here come KC. It's going to be an ace.
Oh, that was close.
Otak gets Soldier by 5 thousandths, and they win another round.
That was incredibly close, and what a round was that. Mura, the only one crumbling in the identity, and it was only a couple of hundreds between the players. KC winning the 2nd round in a row, and now leading with 4 points versus the 2 points from Alliance.
Yeah, I mean, these are the rounds we want to see in this match. Those matches where it's 0.1 separating 1st and 3rd place, where everybody is driving neck and neck, shoulder to shoulder, all the way into the finish line.
Look at the start from Bren here. He's again in the lead, showing why he has won so many rounds already. Also, this bobsleigh line looked super risky, going so close there to the barrier.
Ridiculous checkpoint times coming through right now for Bren. I fear the final time as we see a mistake from Alliance to make matters worse. 0.09, a fastest checkpoint in the match so far. And the crazy thing, his teammate is right there. They are dominating Alliance here on the opening map, and I think we're in for some very fast final times. Just a formality now to close out the identity. Mudda trying his best. Looks like he's gonna catch up, but they have more speed. And Ace secured with 0.5 and 0.6. They slow down in the ending to get it.
Yeah, and also Otak here winning the round. Very good time as well. And look at that. All of a sudden, they're leading by 5 points ahead of Alliance. 7 points, so 1 ace is enough for KC to take home.
But we've talked... Oh, and that's a huge mistake from Mudda in the start.
Yeah.
This puts Soldier on the spot. He definitely has to push it so hard to overtake. And this is Brennan Otak on slowdown. This is not easy to gain back up. He's already almost 0.2 behind. But we've also talked about this multiple times. The ending of slowdown is very easy to save. So if you... Okay,
this
and
could
here,
be
this
over.
is... Yeah, we're gonna see it. You can slow down so tremendously and still make the identity here on this map. So if you're half a second, or in this case, a second ahead, you're able to just full save, make, like, you might lose 0.3, 0.4, but it does not matter.
Yep. It does not matter.
This is going to be map 1, and there's a reason that KC picked this. Whether they get freestyle or slowdown, they tend to win these maps handedly against most opponents. They did so against BDS too, and here they do what they continue to do in the later half of the season, dominate slowdown.
Even a 0.7 from Otak. He could have driven a safe ending, but he was not slowing down as much. So let's see on the next map what will happen there. Otak and Bren taking it 10-2.
But Alliance, they had some strong showings here. In the replays, we had that first round where they were so close, only 0.05 between all players. And if they'd won that round, if things had gone differently, maybe they could have had them here, but KC winning with the consistency. Every time I think they drove under 57, both players. They didn't have a single 57 all nap long.
Yeah, I mean, just crazy to think about, yeah.
And that's what we're saying. It's a pace-based map where you can, even a pace-based map with an identity that you can save and do consistently. So this is where we're gonna see pace-based teams like Solary, like KC, like BDS just shine.
But we will see the response from Alliance. They may be expected to lose map 1, whether they banned freestyle or slowdown. And now they get to enter back. Parkour is where they decided the next battle to be. Do you guys think they can take this map away from KC?
Oh, it's a really, really hard one to nail, but we have seen some incredible performances on Parkour from Alliance, if I recall it correctly.
You know, Mudda likes to go for that.
Mudda is so
Those
great.
spam clips,
But Bren likes to go for it too, no less. So we have a flipper on both teams, and also maybe the save players, Soldier and Otak, not really favoring that in any of the rounds that we've seen.
I mean, we've seen Mudda be very, very good at reading a situation, knowing when it is when he's needed to save, and when he can definitely go for that risky barrel roll, or on gyroscope when he has to go for the 360s. So Mudda is definitely a person to keep an eye out on this map.
But look at the start. One mistake has happened, and I think it was Bren making the mistake. Soldier also not with a good line, clipping there, and I think this will allow Bren to overtake again. But also Bren has made a lot of, like, he has lost a lot of time there. 3 seconds behind Otak, also now overtaking Mudda here, who has also seemingly made a mistake. Will Otak be the only player surviving here? It does seem to be the case. Where are the others? Otak gets first. The question is who gets second and third. Oh, it's Soldier and Mudda surviving, and it is a draw to solve things here on Parkour.
And a great time from Otak too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great time, but what I was gonna say here is that it's kind of unfortunate that KC couldn't fully capitalize on a 4 to 5 second lead on the first round here of Parkour, because that could very well have been a great ace, and you love to start a map off with an ace. The momentum you get out of that, and just the mindset that you get out of being 3 points ahead from the very beginning, is huge.
And also on your opponent's choice, no less. Like, if you ace your opponent's map, they go like, wait, we're supposed to do that, not you.
Yeah.
And putting you under a lot of pressure.
Otak now with the first mistake, just slowing down before the ice slide, and that is very costly.
About a second loss there. Now Bren, who crashed last time, is in the lead. Gets a chance to save himself.
Both players made a mistake there. Bren now going into the lead, and this could be another draw, but it's so many mistakes already happened here on Parkour just before the identity even has started.
It is. Otak's not out of this yet. Like, if the Alliance players fail here, this can turn into a better situation than a draw. They're too far to catch Bren, so Bren, he's just gonna have to keep a clean line.
Oh, no.
There's a mistake. Otak gets past.
Okay, two mistakes.
Soldier is in second, right behind Bren, and Otak looks like he will secure a draw. Never mind, will not secure third.
Yep.
Nada is there.
Otak did respawn at the same time as Mudda respawned. Unfortunately, once again, not being able to capitalize on those multiple mistakes happening throughout the map. And I mean, but that doesn't just go for KC. That goes for Alliance as well. This is their map pick, mind you. So they are the ones who are supposed to capitalize on KC's tiny, small mistakes here. And we see one from Otak in the very beginning, only costing him just about 0.2, 0.3, but still something that Alliance needs to capitalize on immediately.
Yeah, but Bren is leading the round right now. Mudda and Soldier coming in clutch here, but Otak with a great ice slide coming closer to his opponents, and this could be all in the identity here. Let's see the jump. Will one of the players make a mistake? Bren jumping super far up. Mudda and Soldier will have a little bit more speed, but it's looking at no one makes a mistake here. Bren still holding strong in that first position. Let's see what the identity will bring. Will we see a flip from Mudda maybe? Overtaking Bren. Soldier's in there as well. Mudda with a good amount of speed. Gets a good landing. Bren didn't get it too well.
Look at
and
Mudda.
Bren coming closer towards Mudda here. Will Bren be able to overtake him here? He gets a good landing, but has to oversteer, but he has more speed, but it will not be enough.
Oh,
here.
Soldier might overtake here in
Soldier
the
might overtake,
ending.
but it's not enough. But what a close round was that. 102.83, and you lose the round with that. You're getting
last with 83.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
That
Great
is crazy.
round by all the players, but Alliance getting important points here. And looking at the stats when they picked it, it was a bit weird because Mudda and Soldier, though they're consistent at this map, are actually some of the slowest in terms of their pace. 102.6 and 7 personal bests, whereas KC, they have 0.3, 0.4, and 0.5s as their winning time. So
Yeah.
they have to show what they have up their sleeve, and they're starting to do so now, I believe.
They are leading against KC here, 1 point ahead, and they try to extend it. Soldier with a good amount of speed just before the jump here, and he comes closer, almost overtakes both, but look how incredibly close this round is, Jnic.
It is so close. The bobsleigh exit speed that the players get are detrimental here, but they're all going to be within 0.2 of a second. And indeed, 3 of the players, they're driving shoulder to shoulder right now. Bren trying to get that lead, but Mudda will take just a little bit more speed into the ending here. We have a huge mistake coming up from KC. Otak also with another mistake. Soldier and Mudda might be able to clutch out this ace right now. Mudda with another mistake, and KARMINE Corp can come back. What an upset. We end up with another draw.
Another draw. It looked so close, but then 3 players made a mistake in a matter of seconds, and that's how fast it can go. This is why this identity is just so hard to do.
Yeah, and then if you think about how Into the Breach drove it, it just puts you into another perspective on just how good they are. But KC, they missed an opportunity to take advantage when Alliance made mistakes in the first round, and here, Alliance missed another opportunity as well. It's a very even game right now, but the tension is super high.
Yeah, the tension is indeed super high, but now it is Alliance falling behind. Mudda and Soldier on 3rd and 4th, and Otak and Bren off to a great start here into the 5th round on Parkour. Also, look at that, they're extending their lead. Soldier sliding, or not getting the best ice slide there, and it's Otak and Bren leading by 0.3 of a second. They might be on great times here.
Yeah, almost half a second now as Mudda misses the quarter pipe jump. This is domination going into the bobsleigh. They get the speed right as well, and now if they get a good ending, they could ace and take the reins on this match.
I mean, yes, all that stands between them and the ace is the identity. They just have just a few jumps. That's one. That's the second one. Can they get these last couple here? It looks really low for Otak. They both make it though, and that's gonna be an ace for KARMINE Corp, pushing themselves up to 7 points.
Hand in hand, and now that you were talking about it, just thinking about Elcon's performance on this map, Bren drove a 0.5, Elcon did a 0.2 on this map, and he did it almost every round. It's just crazy to think about.
0.1, and then the ridiculous 101.92, the world record. Like,
it's crazy.
There is no players in the league right now that can match that pace that we've seen, and in the playoffs, you might have to just ban that against Into the Breach. Gonna be very interesting when we have all final results. This is the final step, and the penultimate game. Only one more game in the league after this one. We will know exactly where the teams rank up. But still a match to be played here. This is anything but over, though KC, with an ace, they could win this game. Right now, they are in position for it. Jumping across the quarter pipe. Alliance has struggled a little bit with this, but more so in that identity, those parkour jumps. Great bobsleigh speed for Mudda as Otak makes a small mistake, having to release into the outside dirt turn right now. They're catching up to Bren, who has a very important defense to play in the next jumps.
Mudda
Can he
could go
hold
for
on?
it.
Mudda looking for the flip, perhaps. He's done this in exact situations in the past. Going to the right to try to get it, but not getting far enough to the side. And that is going to just be a draw. And a solid winning time again for Bren. But we know there are layers to this.
Yeah, it is a draw, but the match is slipping out of their hands. Alliance, of course, getting the point, but KC with a victory, they will close out Parkour and will lead with map wins already.
If they win this and they get to go to their second choice, which memory can't serve me right, whatever it was, but KC, if they win their opponent's map, really good start to the game for them. 2 points away, as you said. Alliance need a big round here.
Yeah, I mean, this is crucial. A round win for KARMINE Corp would close off the map, and then map 3 would be coming up, which is KC's own map. Remember, this is Alliance's map pick. It is so important to win your own map pick. Not just because you want the map point, but because of the mental state that you get put in if you get beat out on the first map pick you made, your primary map. And Soldier looking to have some pretty wonky lines, and this is looking very dangerous for Alliance. Mudda almost going too wide for his own good, but Bren is right behind. Otak is in the lead. Mudda needs to be able to overtake Otak. If he doesn't do it, that's gonna be point for KARMINE Corp. And Mudda makes a huge mistake. An ace for KC, and they're gonna win second map.
What a time from Otak to close it out here. 102.33, winning Parkour here for KC.
Great showing from KC. On Alliance's map, as you guys said, Parkour, they try to pick it, try to put KC under pressure on something difficult, but not making it work here. And reason being the consistency. There were a lot of crashes, but that one round where nobody crashed, they unfortunately could not get a lot of points.
Alliance was leading the match for I think they had 5-4 if I recall it correctly, and they have lost unfortunately 6-11 here. So second map being lost for them. Back and forth will be played now. And this was the pick from KC, but before that, let's watch the highlights here.
Yeah, this was the close round. If that was an ace, maybe things go differently.
Yeah.
But mistakes and that beautiful round from KC here, where they get 3 important points, was just the decider.
Yeah, I mean, but this is also, Parkour is known as a map that takes away so many victory points here in the ending. It is so easy to make huge mistakes. But now we're gonna run into back and forth, and let's see if the map wins get back and forth. If Alliance gets this victory, it could be a great upset, taking KARMINE Corp's map away from them, and I do think they need to do it because going into map 4 with 0 map wins is just so hard to come back from.
And it's hard to give this map like to a team like, oh, Parkour, that's into the Reaches map, right? This is the most played map in the league, where the team with the least rounds has 30 rounds on it, and the top team has 39. Most teams favor playing this, but recently we've seen incredible pace from Mudda. Last game he played this, he drove 57 every time, and here he starts off with a crash. If Alliance are going to come back, they need Mudda to perform greatly here.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in the first round on back and forth. Bren leading, Soldier behind him, Otak and Mudda 1 and 2 seconds behind. So let's go ahead and see what they can do on the identity. Soldier looking strong. I think Bren didn't get the best amount of speed, so Soldier can come closer here. Oh, but good line from Bren, going super wide to accumulate as much speed as possible, extending his lead even, and Bren is clean with it, going so close there to the pillars. And Bren will take it. It will be Soldier on second, and Mudda getting that third position. So we start off with a draw here on back and forth.
We also start off with a low 58, which is a great time. I mean, low 58s, if you're driving decently, is amazing. 57s, that's when we start seeing the pace being very, very quick. And we, of course, have the world record, which is even faster than that. That's a low 50s.
Driven today, right? by Massa in the earlier game, 57.54 is the time. But Mudda has shown signs he can drive there too. He wins about half the rounds he plays here, with 14 out of 30 wins before this match started. So let's an eye out on Moda now. Clean start for him.
Wow.
Gets a good nose slide and lines up for the jump. Oh, that's low. A little bit too low almost as Bren and Otak are getting closer.
He gets a clean 360 though, which is great. That makes him remain here in the contention for the top 2 positions. And we've seen him do the identity clean a lot of times in a row, and I think he might be able to do it again. But right now we have all the players right next to each other. It's gonna be whoever gets the tightest lines, whoever wants to just push it the most right now. Mudda is a car length ahead of Otak. Soldier trying to push here in the ending, not quite enough. It will be a draw, but a 57, 917, and low 58s for the rest of the people. A great round.
Yeah, great time. Soldier being last with a 0.2. That is just incredible to think of. And another draw here. Can they keep up the pace? Who's crumbled the first under the pressure? KC, of course, having the advantage of already winning 2 maps. Alliance have to make something happen. And what a great start into this round. Moda and Soldier leading here. But Otak and Bren not too far behind. And also Bren sliding out there.
This is a big opportunity for
Oh,
Alliance.
another one.
One falls and quickly after the other. Now they have a big lead. How much is the gap going to be? It looks like
2 seconds.
Several seconds. And if they can win in such a close round and drive 57s, at this point they need a 59 something to win this map, this match, and get win the round and get an ace. Is what I'm trying to say. And it looks like they will be able to.
I mean, the thing about this identity as well is that you can let off on the brake button and then just slow down in this section to make sure you get through it without any huge mistakes. Moda will absolutely do this. Moda is amazing at recognizing situations where you can save, and Soldier is right behind him.
The time.
Beautifully.
The time is still a 57.
Oh, a 57. Nah, I mean, okay, I don't know if Moda slowed down at all then, because that's still a very fast
Soldier
time.
certainly did. He lost a little bit of time towards Moda, but it's the ace for Alliance. Super important now, bringing them up to 5 points. That is good to see. Bren and Otak, of course, have made that mistake, and let's see if they can if Alliance can capitalize from Casey's mistakes in the previous
Casey really need to match Mudda's pace here, and to do that,
Bren react to boost up, I think.
they're gonna need to take a lot of risks. Bren not getting the line through there, flying out, and Mudda is now one step closer to winning a 3rd round in a row after that early crash. Otak missing the bug slides. It's looking blue once again, and another ace would put them at 8-2 here on Casey's choice, which they made them pick, and this is a good showing.
This is a good showing indeed, and again, they can save it a little. Otak not too far behind compared to the previous round, though. It is 0.7 of a second, but it is Alliance round to lose here, and they will get a clean entry into the identity, not sliding there as well, and Otak has to push it. He has to get a great ending and also capitalize from a mistake from either Soldier or Moda to deny that ace, but it is enough. Moda probably driving another sub here. Yeah, just those 57.8. All right, Moda, we understood it. You are correct on this map. Absolute great time, and Soldier with a point, just being 0.5 behind, but securing 2nd place and most importantly the ace.
I mean, this is what you want to see from Alliance. This is what we've been waiting to see this match so far, and now that we're on their map pick, the 2nd map pick, they're definitely showcasing that they are still in this match.
Yeah, Mudda has driven 57 every time except for that one crash in his last 2 games in this league. So previous one, only 57s, again, only 57s. Bren's best is a 57.85, and Otak's best is a 58 flat. They need to really improve their personal best if they're going to stop him. Because now, Soldier's there as well. Bren makes a mistake, Soldier into the wall. And with those mistakes, it's actually a very even battle right now. Positions remain as a draw. But anything can still happen in the ending. Nothing's...
I mean, a draw would still be fine for Alliance. They're not going to say no to that at all. That would put them to 9 points. Mudda is in the lead. Otak really wants to overtake just to see if they can get those 2 points instead of 1 point. And Mudda is just trying to deny KARMINE Corp as many points as possible. That looked very, very clean there in the ending. A 57-9. Once again, Mudda just doing 57s consistently. That is a better average pace, I think, than all other people on this map.
And also Otak almost driving his PB there with a 58.1. And you know, Muda is just being 0.2 ahead of him without any problem. And as you said, Jnic, Alliance is heavily capitalizing from that draw, only needing one more point. So even a victory for KC would mean that back and forth would go into the favor for Alliance. KC need 2 aces to take it home, to take it to a draw situation here on this map. But it will be hard, and look how close the start is.
But Mudda's won 5 rounds on this map in a row now, and he's looking for 6, again up in the lead after the start. Otak pushing his personal best pace, but you can see one man up front, the Australian, the kangaroo from the upside down world, is leading the charge for Alliance here. They only need 1 point. They're looking like they could get a possible ace here before the backwards part starts, and Mudda is on a great time. We saw the world record earlier from Massa. Watch out for this pace, because he is close. It has to release, though. And Soldier is there to at least secure the win. They're gonna take this map, but that could have been a ridiculous time.
Yeah, it could have been indeed.
I mean, yeah, look how it's still a 0.8.
It would have been a 0.6, yeah.
0.6.5, but Mudda dominant on back and forth, and Alliance secure a map.
So Muda not getting that perfect performance in, not winning all the rounds, getting that 2000 snipe there from Bren at the end, but still enough for Alliance to win that map. And look at the highlights here again, very close ending here with Muda getting that incredible 57.9, and
that's where he started his streak and kept that going. And as it looks like we now have the replay loading, KC, they also had some mistakes that made it a little bit easier for Alliance to be so dominant. We didn't see those slide outs, then maybe they could have had a better chance. But Jilly Dash is track number 4, chosen by Alliance to go back onto their territory now. And it's a map that Mudda is very consistent at.
Yeah, see, the thing about this map, we've talked about this before, Jilly Dash is a very fast-paced map. There's a lot of just driving above 500 speed on this map, and Mudda excels on maps like this. You've said this before. Mudda, he started off actually playing the game with fun speed, where he became one of the world's best fun speed players, then one of the world's best full speed players, and it's just, this caters so much to his skill set that we're gonna see Mudda do incredibly well, but he needs Soldier to be able to play that assist role, to get those 2nd and 3rd places. Otherwise, KC will be able to capitalize on that.
Indeed, and let's go into the first round now. The first crucial part here, this low jump. Bren gets it beautiful. I think even clipped a little bit of the road part beneath him, and he's leading by an incredible margin of 0.2 of a second already. Muda finds himself half a second behind. Soldier with a good line, but Otak has crashed there and is completely out. So Soldier and Muda could capitalize from a mistake from Bren here.
Let's take a look at Mudda in the speed slide. This is where he really shines. Gets up to 632. We know he can do upwards of 640 on a great start, but Bren really just dominating right now. The pace, 0.4 out of both Alliance players, and he also has a great personal best on this. 1:28.60, about a 10th off of the record from Gwen, and he's on pace to beat that right now if he keeps it up, because this is a really clean run so far. No mistakes. But we know the identity remains. The jumps across the agility dash, this obstacle part, see if he can survive it. Mudda and Soldier just going for consistency, trying to get the lines just right to never fail it. Bren slowing down a little bit, losing some time, but hang on. He gets passed by Otak now, Mudda, with that mistake, and Soldier.
Wait, Soldier also.
Ace! Oh, another ace on agility dash. This really reminds me of the first match that we've had today, Big versus BDS. And again, we have an ace here in that first round. KC heavily capitalizing from that. Bren with a sub 129. Pretty good time to start off things. And let's see if Alliance can just recover from that. They both failed the identity. It could have been a draw, but now KC leads with 3 points.
Yeah, and that is so crucial. Like, those mistakes there from Alliance were devastating. The difference between drawing a map and getting aced is just incredible. And KARMINE Corp has put themselves in a great position here in the start of Agility Dash.
And if Bren keeps that pace up, then an ace also unlikely to come back towards them, but it's all about surviving. 1 minute and 28 seconds of driving is a lot for a map in Trackmania. The longest map in the league, and a lot of spots where you can take risks, can make mistakes. See how the full speed part goes. Mudda again setting up wide, trying to get as much speed as possible. And
beautiful
what
line.
Is the split going to be? 640 is
What
the
a
speed
good
split
line.
there. 49.28 checkpoint as well. World record splits on this round from Mudda in the start, but he goes a bit wide through the slide, letting the others catch
I
a
think
bit
also
back
got
up.
a no slide. Oh, and Otak is out of that one. Moda and Soldier now can get that ace. Bren, the only KC player left alive, but there's still the identity left to be cleared, and Bren had it really well in that previous round. Let's see what Moda and Soldier can do. Bren with a good line. Soldier going a bit too inside, don't have any best amount of speed. Bren coming closer, can overtake one, overtakes the second one. Bren with a great ending. Soldier and Moda not too far behind, but Bren will win this round. Soldier not being able to overtake Bren, and it will be a draw unless Moda has made a mistake. 128.5.
And he was third earlier on in the round.
128.5 is very good.
Oh my god, what? But the identity from Brent, have you seen the speed? Just eating both players alive.
But that's the thing about that situation. So Bren and Otak, they were third and fourth, right? And when you are bottom positions, there's no reason for you not to full send the ending. Yeah. Because if you fail, it doesn't make a difference. But if you make it, then you get more points.
You're the hero.
Right?
The call being made there to get full risk.
They definitely went to the comms and just says, yeah, all out. Doesn't matter if you fail, just full send it.
And he did that amazing identity to take that round into a draw, and a great time to a personal best for Brad. This time, he fails, and now Otak is going to receive the message. You have to go all in to try to stop Mudda, because he is, again, on a really fast start, and likely the place you're going to try to catch it is the identity.
And also Soldier not too far behind here. Otak, however, with 630 speed, not the best, not the worst one we have seen, but still losing a bit of ground to Mudda. Goes a bit wider, though, has a bit more speed, coming into the last part of the track. This very tight drift can be very, very hard to nail, but both players making it nicely. Look at Mudda. Mudda on another monster of a time. Can he even beat the time from Bren? But look at that. He slows down a little bit. Otak comes closer, but struggles to get a good exit out of this one.
Otak gaining in every segment, but here he has a very bad trajectory that he has to correct, and that might let Soldier get a bit closer. It's still far. Otak can deny an ace from happening, but can he pass Mudda? Needs to see a mistake, I think. Mudda looking clean on the first couple of jumps and keeps it together into the last. Otak!
Oh, no!
Missing the finish. It's an ace! On the last hurdle, he clips his wheel and bounces off the plastic. That is disaster.
The very last section you can possibly make a mistake on, and it happens. What a devastating event happening there for Otak. I mean, it happens, but they've equalized it now. Super important for Alliance and indeed for Soldier to maintain that cool, making sure that, hey, I will be here in the back in case anything happens. I am here to utilize any mistakes from the other team and get that second place, and that's exactly what he did.
Or at least secure the victory, which was also a good opportunity for them, but of course now they have tied up the score 4-4. The cards will be reshuffled, or the deck has been reshuffled.
But there was one card missing last time, and that was Bren. He crashed out early, and we saw a minute of driving without him, and now you see him clearly up there in first, together with his teammate, as Alliance are the ones struggling out of the start. This was their strong section. We've seen better identities from KARMINE Corp. Slow speed from Soldier here. KARMINE will extend their lead. Mudda has a really tough position to play from. Gonna try to go for the drift, but we know Casey gained a little bit here by setting up wider, getting more speed into this drift, and lead will remain in their.
Yeah, it's 0.2 of a second here in this round, but look at that. Otak has made a mistake. It's only Bren left alive, and now Mudda and Soldier can get a great identity again. Bren going incredibly close there, is risking it so much. Who's gonna take the victory? Will Bren stay in the lead?
Yeah, this is where Mudda has to push it incredibly. Otak is not fully out of the race yet, but we need to see some mistakes if we want to get the back. Bren almost getting overtaken by Mudda. He is losing a little bit of ground. Mudda going a little bit straighter, almost here in the ending, but not quite. Not quite enough. Mudda, he was quite far behind throughout most of that round, and that is specifically where Mudda wants to excel. Mudda wants to be able to gain on the rest of the pack throughout the round so that he can get a cleaner, more secure identity, and he couldn't do that there, but he still maintained a great time.
Like a predator staying behind you, just waiting for that one mistake that he can capitalize from. Was a 0.7 winning time, Mudda only 0.05 behind. Now he's leading the round from the get-go. Also Soldier getting a really good line. Let's see who gets a good low jump here. It is actually Otak jumping super far up, and also it was Bren getting it really nice. But again, a very close round here. Score is 5-5. Whoever gets an ace sets themselves up really, really well in the next round.
Such a good start here for Mudda.
Yeah.
Alone up front before the speed slide. And what he does gets a bit of a bad snow corner. And that is going to be him down until last. Was just going to comment on him potentially gaining in this section, but now He's down 4th, so he might need to risk the identity. Alliance here do not want to concede an ace. They're already down 1 map from KC, and losing another here would be terrible. Let's see what they can do in the ending.
So this is where KARMINE Corp has to utilize the fact that Mudda made a mistake here. They can overtake Soldier in the ending. They've done this before. They can also overtake him before. Maybe Bren is getting really, really close. Otak is far enough behind for him to just say safe it. Bren in the lead. Otak might want to try to see if he can get a fast identity here. Soldier really wants to overtake Bren in the ending. He might not be able to do it. He is getting a little bit close, but not enough to overtake. At least he gets 2nd place, securing some points for Alliance, but the map, or the round victory, rather, goes to KARMINE Corp.
Another great time at 128.68, not the 0.69, I'm sorry chat, not the nice time, but most importantly, KC now up to 7 points. With an ace, they can close it out and get that 3rd map win.
They can. Ace necessary. Alliance, though, have been decently consistent. They did concede 1 ace. That was when both players failed the identity. Apart from that, 1 player has always been there to stop KC in their tracks, but Mudda, the fastest player making a mistake, was really strong for KC. So
I mean, this is what we've seen every single time. We've seen Mudda extend his lead in the start of the rounds. Throughout the entirety of the round, he just gets those tenths or even like hundreds, maybe thousands in each of the turns, extending his lead quite a bit. We're also going to see him, if he gets a good section down here, we're going to see him get a lot of speed out of the speed drift that we see. Great. This left-hander right now. He is about 0.2 ahead of Otak, but you can see Mudda knows how to utilize the mechanic, the speed drift mechanic. It's a little bit of an advanced mechanic, and he extends the lead by 0.1 extra.
Mudda is on a really good time, actually. Look at that. He's 0.3 out of Otak. Can he survive the ending? We could see a new world record here, potentially. Mudda off to a great start. He was on that start already in the previous round. And now Soldier making a mistake. Brand can come closer, and it's Mudda and Otak still fighting it out, and it's such a messy round here. Mudda still in the lead. Otak and Bren now into 2nd and 3rd position. What time is Mudda on? Will Mudda drive a 0.4 and not the best ending? Otak coming closer. It is also Bren making a mistake. This is the victory round for Alliance. Who's gonna get it? It will be Mudda winning it though. Otak on 2nd. Mudda almost failing the ending, but slowing down a lot in the end and not getting a good time.
Shaky identity for Mudda, but enough to win. Bren there in last, making a mistake on the identity, putting Alliance back up to equal 8-8. This is a nail-biter of a map, and it's going to be heartbreaking for whichever team loses it, because they've fought valiantly for it. Another round of Agility Dash, 1.5 minutes of driving, and you need to deal with the pressure, stay clean, get what's happened, and just try to get through this map without any hiccups at all.
And that's very difficult. As you said, it's a 1.5 minute long map. It is the longest map of the entire tournament. So driving the entirety of this map clean and then also getting what I consider one of the hardest identities clean is just incredibly difficult. Right now, Soldier, yeah, he has to adjust his line. He's gonna lose even more ground to the rest of the field. And Mudda is getting told this. Yeah, he also had a small clip, and now it's up to Mudda to make sure that KARMINE Corp doesn't win. Mudda needs to get 1st place. He needs to, look at that speed! Just torpedoing the rest of the field. Now he is in front, putting himself in a great position, but it is definitely not over yet. We still have the identity to go.
Mudda White arriving there in that 1st position, overtaking Bren, but this is still Mudda's round to lose. If he throws away the identity, it's over, and KC will win the 3rd map for their in this match. And look at that, Mudda leading by so much, jumps so far to the left. Bren with more speed, can he overtake? I think Mudda is clean with it. But he has to survive, and he will do so. Bren with a mistake. Soldier can overtake. Will it be enough? Mudda in 1st, Soldier on 3rd, and Alliance ties up the score. What a time for Mudda as well. This is the new world record.
This is a world record for Mudda
in the last round.
Indeed,
by 800.
And on top of that, they don't tie up the score. They get the map win.
Wow.
Right? So not only is it a world record, it is world record and Alliance take the map.
But it was so close. Look at that. One mistake has decided the whole map here.
But regardless, you gotta give it to Mudda. Like, he's pretty cracked right now. 128.41 there. You mentioned several rounds he had a world record pace. Here, he gets a good end, and he jumped far.
Yeah.
If he landed early, that's like a 0.2. I don't even know. The replays are coming through here. We're seeing some of the messy rounds that happened, and it started with that ace for KC. But then Alliance were able to fight back. Some good speed slide coming through as well. 640 and the ace in return as Otak gets that bump out of the map.
Yeah.
Crazy moment. If he didn't have that, maybe KC would have had the map, right?
Yeah, maybe. It was such a close map though. And there were just so many highlights to look at. It was incredible. So many highlights, and we gotta go to the 5th map now. It is Aeropipes.
Aeropipes, the choice from KARMINE Corp to try to get ahead. Their 3rd and final choice in this match. See what they can do. They played this in matches of the past and been rather consistent at it, but I mean, there's limits to how consistent you can be on Aeropipes. It fails for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, this is an incredibly difficult map. Not only because of this section here, we have seen people slow down on this ice section because of the new ice physics that's been introduced to the game. So we might see some players get some slowdowns. It does look like everybody goes through except Soldier, who did not get that ending slide perfectly. And now he's gonna be quite far behind the rest of the field. Brennan Otag taking the lead as of right now. Mudda is tasked to overtake them, hopefully. Otherwise, they're gonna be looking to get aced.
So both teams have played 5 rounds of this only. Alliance played against Big and KC. I don't remember their opponent. I think it was Into the Breach they might have played this against. In those 5 rounds, the little data we have, KC are looking better on pace. Otak especially driving a 0.5. We'll see if he can do that in the Identity. Mudda with way more speed though. He can pass both of them if he nails these jumps, reducing airtime, carrying that speed advantage.
Clipping.
A mistake. Otak's gonna make the jump. Brad as well, though a little bit shaky onto the last
Ace.
type. The ace for KC in round 1.
Yeah, what a good start for them here. Mudda making a mistake, and so did Soldier at the start. Very wonky line from them, exiting the ice, not in the most favorable way, and that is a good way for KC to start off Aeropipes here. As we go into round 2, let's see what Soldier and Mudda can do if they can. Maybe do another ace as well, but maybe in their favor this time.
Yeah, we need to see better pace from them. It is probably a map they've expected to be picked against them at some point, knowing it was a weakness against Big. Big used it and won handedly against them, so here, KC have looked at the stats perhaps and thought, you know what, let's try this out.
Once again, Soldier does seem to be having quite
Bren
lot
as well.
of... Yeah, that was a struggle. And now it's going to be, once again, 2 fights. 1 fight for 1st and 2nd, 1 fight for 3rd and 4th. Soldier extends his lead a little bit to Bren, and Bren makes a huge mistake. Otak must have gotten this communicated to him, and now he needs to try to deny Alliance from getting that reverse ace back.
Look at the risks Mudda is willing to take to try to secure this 1st place. He's going to push Otak to do the same if he wants to stay in that 1st place and deny an ace or a win for Alliance. Into the Identity. Slight speed advantage for Otak, extending ahead. Can he land the jump though? The first one missing, and now an ace is possible. Mudda will survive with a release. Is Soldier there to join him? Yes, he is. And that is Alliance answering right back with an ace of their own.
But again, a very wonky identity from the players. You have seen a lot of releases, a lot of slowdowns that have happened. That just shows how hard this identity is to predict and to do. But the scoreline is again equalized. Alliance takes the ace, as kind of I predicted it beforehand, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is so important that they did that as well. They saw KARMINE Corp make these mistakes. They utilized the possibility of an ace. They got it, and that's what you have to do. You have to take those windows of opportunity and then, you know, absolutely just use them to your advantage.
Yeah, look at that start from Otak and Bran here, 1st and 2nd. It was Soldier really struggling with it, but Otak releases by the looks of it. That's how you can slide out, or just have a very, very wonky gear, and he will lose multiple seconds due to that because he has to respawn. However, Bran is there to save the day. He can maybe get a draw here across, as Mudda is on 2nd. Soldier also didn't have the best start, being 0.8 behind, now 1 second.
It still feels like though these players have practiced so much, going into that identity, it's kind of just a coin flip. Which players will survive? And Mudda and Soldier, they have 2 coins, and Bren has just 1. Needs to land on the right side here to deny any more points for Alliance. Whereas Mudda and Soldier can afford to take risks. Onto the 1st pipe once again. Mudda releasing, adjusting, but he's faster. He will get past Bren. Bren looks like he fell off the pipe, and he did indeed. The ratio is coming through 3-0 for Alliance, who get 2 aces in a row.
Yeah, and the 3rd ace from Aeropipe here, and let's see if the trend will continue in the next round. Not the fastest times that we have seen as well here. A 1:11.4 is enough to win the round, but Alliance, they can just go into the lead with this map.
But But how crazy is that? They're driving 1 second off of the world record, something which would never get you any points on any other map. But here, survival is the main thing.
Yeah.
True. I mean, and that's what we're talking about. Some of these identities and some of these maps indeed are more about surviving than pace. That's the big difference between a map like Aeropipes and a map like Slowdown. Here it is about Soldier. Yeah, it's about survival, and a small mistake, something as small as going a little bit too tight on an ice slide can just shoot you out of the running.
But look at that, KC now having 2 players up front, battling out first and second, both overtaking Moda. Moda slowing down a lot, maybe didn't get the best line, but they still have to survive this identity. You've mentioned the coin flip. Now KC has 2 coins and Alliance only 1. Moda with a very wide line to get a lot of speed here before the identity, as Bren is not slowing down. He might also be on a good time. We could see the fastest time of this map here.
Moda is faster than Otak. Will get past him temporarily, having to release. This is so close to denying the ace. Needs a little bit faster on the last pipe. Who's gonna take it?
Oh, it will be another ace. Bren and Otak on first and second, but Otak only by a hair, 4,000th of a second ahead of Moda.
Moda really trying his best there.
110.4 as well.
It's a great winning time, suddenly 1 second faster. But 4 out of 4 rounds have been an ace so far. Ridiculous. Going back and forth. We're flipping coins on the rounds as well. And now, it's only 4 points left for either team to get to the mark.
I mean, at 110.4, only 3 people have driven that so far, including the time we just saw. So, oh my God, Moda going wide. He's looking for the speed. He wants to get that momentum going into this ice section. Soldier has had a lot of mistakes at this specific section of the map, but he did get through it without any huge problems. Otak, unfortunately, getting airtime, and that will slow him down quite tremendously. And once again, we have a line sandwiched between the 2 KARMINE Corp players.
Again, 1 player making a mistake just like before the identity kind of, which is also very crucial to do. But Bren is 0.2 ahead here of his opponents. Moda getting in a very aggressive line, but it's not coming closer. Bren could be on a banger. Do we see another 0.4 from Bren here? It could well happen. Also good speed into the identity, but he has to survive it, of course, beforehand. Will he do so? Good jump here. Bren survives it. Moda also getting it really well. Soldier overtaking, and all of a sudden it is Moda making a mistake there, but I think it's enough to stay ahead of Bren. It's another ace. No, it's not. But Moda will actually stay ahead of Bren, but Otak coming out of nowhere and getting 2nd place. What a messy identity. Alliance winning the first non-ace round.
The volatility is just through the roof. Bren actually landing the pipe jump, that was not the problem. The problem was he landed on an exact edge, and that slowed his car down. What some people call a landing bug. But it is in the game, they all know it, and unfortunately he landed in that exact spot. That's what cost him the round.
Huge mistake in the start coming in from Alliance, and now KARMINE Corp has seen that crack in the armor. They need to utilize this. They need to take advantage of the fact that Alliance only has 1 player in contention for the top spot right now. If KARMINE Corp gets this ace, they have locked down the map, and they will win. Soldier is on the mission of getting first, at the very least getting 2nd place, but he is riding Soldier is riding shoulder to shoulder with the other KARMINE Corp players, and will he be able to get it home?
It's so important KC can win this map with an ace. It is Otak leading, Bren only 800s behind, Soldier with a great line coming into play. Who is gonna take it? It is so close, the landings will decide it. All 3 players are just a couple of thousand away from each other. Soldier with a good landing, it is Bren making a mistake. Otak is in there, Soldier can overtake you, Soldier with full speed. Will it be enough though? It looks not to be enough, and Otak will save the day here. 18,000s ahead, but most importantly, Bren will get 3rd ahead of Moda, who was 10 seconds behind, so it's 9-9.
Yeah, and if Bren had made those jumps, maybe Casey could have closed out the map here, but Soldier, when needed, he is there to defend, and we go to 9-9 now.
9-9. Okay, I mean that's very close. You can definitely see either team taking this home right now. They've, as you said, both fought very valiantly to get this victory. But now Soldier, it was so important that he clutched it out in that round. We've seen him make a lot of mistakes on this map, but when it mattered the most, he came up, he stepped up to the plate, got that 2nd place. But once again now, he's in the back, and he might need Moda to make something happen.
Moda's there. Did not crash early on this time, and the difference can be seen immediately. A lot of better spot for Alliance with him up front. Soldier again trying to play that anchor, trying to be there. when needed, but he can't fall too far behind because KC are top 2 right now, looking for that ace. If they get the pipes right, they take their own map away here. Themselves at a 3-2. Mudda losing ground. This is scary.
This is very scary, but again, we had that situation in the previous match as well, where you were first and second, you could have closed out the match. It's the identity that they have to survive. Will Oltak and Brent do it? Will they survive and win the third map to their names? It's looking good. Soldier slowing down. Oltak and Brent are clean with it. Brent over the best lane, but it doesn't matter because Soldier had to respawn. Oltak gets first and Brent on third, and that is it. KC goes to lead, but man, what an exciting map that was.
I mean, it was definitely an exciting map and great for KARMINE Corp to win it. It was their map pick, so definitely important to win your own map picks, and they're putting themselves on match point in terms of maps.
And they started off their own map with that ace, going strong 3-0 in round number 1. But after that, a lot of mistakes on the pipes. Alliance were able to answer back with an ace, and the first 4 rounds were aces indeed. But with that one amazing round that might have made a difference was when super close and they were able to whip out a 110.4.
Let's see if Slippy Slides is gonna be the last map though that we're gonna see, but still the highlight, just incredible how like so many aces at the start and then
here
so close.
Here we have the 110.4, indeed the incredible time coming in here, but we're getting ready for Slippy Slides.
It could be the last map here if KARMINE Corp wins, but the Lions looked so strong. It was such an evenly distributed match, especially on that previous map.
And think about it, this is Alliance's choice. They picked Slippy, Mudda very consistently fast here, and they have some interesting
Oh my god.
Mudda almost out there in the start, having to release. It's gonna cost him a little bit of time. He's still in the field.
Okay, he's
yeah,
not.
no, he is not. Missed that jump up. So already it could go off to a bad start if Brent and Oltak remain ahead of Soldier.
But of course, this map is notoriously hard, especially the bug slide that is ending in an ice set. It can be so hard to nail. There's so many different approaches, but Soldier is not slowing down, gets it really well, but oversteers a little bit in order to not slide out afterwards because you still have watery tires. Brent and Oltak were hand in hand approaching the last part of the map. Will they be able to survive this part now or not?
First bug slide goes their way. Staying ahead, just the same gap, actually increasing now, 0.4. Soldier really cannot realistically game this in the bug slide, and he's losing further time, 0.6. Crash out though, but is that enough? Nope. The acceleration penalty, he has to respawn, and so I think is Brent. They're equal. Oltak is far ahead, and with that last bug slide locked in, he's gonna secure it with a second place battle. Brent going wide, Soldier going from the inside line. Last slide now. Brent with the best lane to get the ace.
Who would have thought?
An ace with a 5-second deficit to first place is kind of crazy. But I guess that Soldier and Mudda made even bigger mistakes than Brent, and they were able to take that ace home. Great start by KARMINE Corp. Once again, they are on match point. If they win this map, they win the entire match, which means that Alliance is being pressured quite a lot. As I say that, though, we do have a mistake coming in from KARMINE Corp.
Luckily, their fastest player is still in the round. Oltak drove a new personal record there with the 0.4, beating his 0.6 from weeks ago, and he's driving fast once again, putting Alliance under pressure, because if they want to drive a 0.4, they need to take risks. Mudda's best is a 0.3, and his average is far slower than that again, so Soldier out of this one. I think Mudda is going to try to chase, but he has a tough task to catch up to Oltak here.
Yeah, Oltak had a really good start. Soldier has made a small mistake, being 1 second behind, but look at that. Mudda coming closer. He's lurking in the shadow, only 800's way. A bit of a wide bug set approach, but he gets a really good exit here. A lot of speed accumulated, coming again closer to Oltak here. Will it be enough to overtake him before the identity? Nope, Oltak gets a better uphill, but slide, almost sliding out there. Mudda now gets the slide, but was able to capitalize or stabilize his car, and he can secure that second place, or maybe even get first place. If Oltak gets a very bad approach, Mudda will have more speed in the ending. Will it be enough? It will be! Mudda with the snipe. Soldier getting third, and they at least get a victory in this round.
I mean, that was a great amount of speed that Mudda got in the ending right there. I could tell that was that, what are you saying?
111.7. It looks like we have a pause here.
Well, we have a pause. That's what I was seeing.
But that slide that you saw Mudda do before the identity, that's actually his line. He's practiced that.
Wow, really?
Prefers that to get a more consistent bug slide setup, I believe. So.
It looks so uncontrolled.
It
though.
looks, but it's an inside. I don't know.
Do you even slow down enough if you have a slide with watery tires?
I don't
so
know.
odd.
So like, what I know about Mutta, right, is he's very meticulous in practice. He will make a lot of practice maps where it's just like, okay, let me play this 10-second section in the middle of agility dash, and just do that over and over again until he grinds that segment. Then the next one, and he will try to look for things like, there was one map a few seasons ago that had a camera setup, where if you were camera 3, you could see the speed on your car, and then he was able to always get the right speed. Tiny Gap, there was one called Bookshelf from ages ago, but you need to know Mutta, he is very, very meticulous in practice. So that's something he's just seen, looked at the splits, thought, okay, I'm doing it.
And he has also very deep game knowledge about the game. I think he's one of the most knowledgeable players that are out there. Also, as you said, Jnic, coming from a full speed background, and he is like kind of a goat in full speed. And we're gonna get continued here on Slippy Slides. It is round 3 for this small pause here. We are ready, and let's go and see if Alliance can come back.
Again, a start mistake from KC. This happened last round 2. And now another opportunity for Alliance. This could go all the distance, 2-7 maps. If this continues, Otak, the one to crash right now, as Brad keeps it clean.
Yes, here we see the players once again going for the low airtime. Mutta and Soldier in a great position right now, 1st and 3rd. They want to see if they can keep this because they do not want to lose any more points to KARMINE Corp. They want to deny as many points as humanly possible. Every single one of them makes a huge difference here. Bren trying to push himself closer and closer to Mutta. It's going to be down to these next couple of bug slides.
Mutta's pace, watch out, because he has a good bug slide as well. Going wide, looks slow.
Bren had it so good.
Mutta's speed is still gonna bring it ahead though. Oh, Bren actually getting a lot closer. And now, that weird line, as you said, look at that slide setup for the inside approach.
Wow.
Trying to get a better angle. Bren going for more wide lines with
Bren has more speed. Will it be enough? Mutta jumping so inside.
Way too inside.
Bren taking it, but where's Soldier going? Soldier is on 3rd place and will save the day. It will be a draw. KARMINE Corp, however,
and
will
think
have
about
5
this.
points with that.
Bren drove a 11:28 while being like 1500s behind Mutta.
Yeah, he was on a
good
crazy
end.
time.
Mutta had a realistic shot at the record.
Yeah, world record is a 0.10 by Pack. Maybe you're gonna see, I think a sub 111 is in range.
We could see someone beat us. So last week, KC, when they beat BDS, they played this map. Bren drove a 1:11.12, just 200s behind that record. So they have some pace demons on KC on this map as well. And Alliance, it was one of the last maps in the pick and ban. They had to pick something. This is where they're gonna have their fight, the battleground, but it's not going their way so far. 2 points behind.
Yeah, Soldier is in the back right now, which leaves Mutta to be the one trying to deny the entirety of the KARMINE Corp team, but he might not be able to do it. It all comes down to these very intricate nose slides that you want to get there. Mutta seems to be getting it really well. Soldier is getting closer and closer to the rest of the field here. Mutta is still in the lead on a really good time. The whole field only separated by about 0.2 of a second. Soldier getting more speed than Bren. Overtakes for 3rd place. Otak and Mutta fighting this 1 versus 1 here in the ending. Mutta setting up for this inside line. Otak right there with him. Who's gonna be able to get these last couple of slides? Otak going way too tight, and that's gonna slide him out. And it looks like an ace is coming in here for Team Alliance.
They get the ace, and they're back in the lead on their own choice. 6-5. Otak there, very unfortunate mistake in the identity. You can see the danger here. If you get 91 degrees instead of 90, that is the difference between a bug slide catching grip or sliding out. And
it's so hard to estimate.
It's very hard to estimate, especially at the speeds they're driving.
Yeah, but also it was an important ace here for Alliance, going back into the lead. I mean, KARMINE Corp didn't get a single point, maybe crumbling a little bit there, but also a good time was a 0.3 as the winning time. And let's see if Alliance can keep that momentum or transfer it into the next round. Otak with not the best line. Soldier, Bren and Mutta ahead of him, but it's still a very, very open here at the start, and Soldier making that first small mistake.
And if you think about this match as a whole now, on back and forth, Mutta crashed the first round and then started driving on an absolute tear. He crashed on agility dash, then an absolute tear and a new record, and he's doing the same right now. Takes a couple of rounds to get into it, but then Now you have such a strong weapon up front, and he's just driving time after time, and it's that fast. Bren needs to be the same for KC to stop them here, because he is the one with the good pace, and right now the closest to denying another ace here from Alliance. Oltak getting back a little bit though, making it look less dire, but the identity still remains. Bren and Mudda right there up in front, and Oltak and Soldier in 3rd and 4th.
I mean, this is just incredibly close. All the players landing in the box slide at the same time. Oltak trying to attack with an inside line. Soldier not getting the slide, and all of a sudden, Oltak is getting really close to Mudda. But
my god,
2,000ths of a second. Bren barely holding the lead, but that's gonna be the round victory for KARMINE Corp, and both the teams are now within reach of the match if they just get that ace.
And it's so exciting to see how close Bren and Mudda are on this in terms of pace, their best records, and their averages that they're driving right now. These are the two players to take a look at for the battle for first. But Oltak and Soldier have just as important a battle for 3rd if all players survive. They need to be there for their team.
And now Oltak and Bren in 1st and 2nd. They could close it out here with an ace, and this is the match point, of course. Alliance also has to push it here, but they are not too far behind. 0.15 of a second. And also Mudda getting a really good line here. Into the water we go. Mudda so aggressive on the inside. Overtakes both players. Where's Soldier? Soldier also not too far behind. Oltak hitting it there, but I think Soldier made a mistake, so Mudda has to survive the ending now in order to save the day.
Yeah, this is once again getting closer and closer. Every single mistake counts, and Oltak slides out. Now Bren needs to maintain this 2nd place. If he doesn't, that's gonna be the win for the Alliance, but Mudda is on an absolute banger of a time. Let's see how he does it. Will he be able to get these last couple of slides? Bren also just needs to maintain this pace. He's point ahead, but Mudda's time right now is looking crazy. A 110.91, a world record again from Mudda.
By 0.19 of a second, Mudda, he's not from this planet. The Thunder from Down Under strikes, and Alliance leads the match 9-8. This is insane!
Absolutely crazy time. You can see it on the splits, just disgustingly fast, and in such an important round as well. They are on match point now, Casey. They were last round too, and he gets the world record to keep them in the game. A normal victory here would do the trick. A draw would do the trick, but they can't concede the points. So Casey can still win this round.
We predicted the sub 110, but we're like, maybe they can beat the world record, and Mudda just crushes this time. And let's take a look. Can he take that momentum to his advantage? Right now, he doesn't have the best start. Bren is ahead of him, and we have Oltak also in the mix. It's such a close round. Look at that. Only 500 of a second between the players, but also it is KARMINE Corp. If they win it with an ace or get a victory, they force overtime or even win this match. And it is, now Oltak with a bad line. Who's gonna get it the best? The identity will decide it, but also the slide beforehand.
The bug slide coming through right now. This is very important to hit right in this decisive round. Oltak, low speed, might get caught up to by Soldier, who's right there in the fight. Mudda leading right now, ahead of Bren. Both players driving on low 111 pace. First bug slide coming through. A draw would give Alliance the win. Bren needs to pass Mudda to secure overtime. If he can, the last slide. Oltak is going wide for 3rd.
Oh my god!
He skips the overtime by 1/100th of a second. KARMINE Corp are still on match point.
What a clutch ending coming in from Bren. And we have our first overtime of the day. Alliance versus KARMINE Corp. 10-10. KARMINE Corp, if they win this map, they win the match. Alliance are trying to push it to map 7.
Yeah, they have to. It's do or die now. Overtime. And it's such an incredibly close match, and let's see what they can do on this.
Both Bren and Mudda know the winning pace now. They need one low 111s, and they're just full sending it. Bren needs to be there, Mudda needs to be there, and Soldier and Oltak are just playing supports here. They're just trying to survive and pick up 3rd, because they're not going to beat Bren, or they're not going to beat Mudda if on the other team. So yeah.
He's 0.3 ahead. We could see another great time. Mudda is just so far ahead, but Soldier right now on last place, 0.5. He's 0.4 ahead of the 2nd place. What is Mudda doing? He's out of this world. Soldier is like the others are just playing in a different league right now in this round. Mudda, I think this could be a 0.8 or something like that.
Yes, first unlock, and he just needs Soldier to pass 1 and they win the map. Mudda doesn't need to risk this ending, but Bren and Oltak have to be perfect. They have to deny Soldier from catching anyone.
Oh my
going into
god.
the first slide, going into the second. Mudda again on world record. I don't believe it. I don't want to say it. Is it too two inside.
Oh, so
he did! Bren
Oh!
first! This is it! This is it! KARMINE Corp won because Muda was too inside. He pushed it too much, and Bren and Otak will save the day. Alliance loses this match.
What an unfortunate ending for Muda. His pace was just incredible. And unfortunately, just a slight, teeny tiny over angle in the ending cost him the victory.
And the crazy thing is that wall hit could have helped him. If he did not overslide,
Yeah.
he could literally drive faster with that.
Yeah, it could have helped him, but in the end, this is where he lost the match.
Oh my god, what drama we had on Slippy, starting out with Muda's great endings. Those bug slides resulting in an early win after they got aced and they were able to come back into the map.
Yeah, that's it. Alliance ending off on a lose, but yeah, they can see the highlights here. Muda sniping it in the ending, and again, like the last two maps had so many good rounds, so many close rounds, and a new world record from Muda.
That one round here, 0.002 of a second deciding it between first and second, Muda and Bren. Fantastic battle between them, but Muda, that world record, great time, 1:10.9. I think that's gonna stand for a while throughout playoffs too.
I mean, just bear in mind, Pac had a 1:11.10 before that, and Muda just crushed it by 0.19 of a second. It's just incredible.
And we also saw the other world record on back and forth by 0.2 there as well. So that just
so many
Muda
world
has been
records.
playing absolutely out of his mind today. It's been fully devastation from Muda's side. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough for them to clutch out the win for Alliance, but still an absolute great showcase. And both of these teams are going to be in the playoffs as well.
they are, and the evening only gets better from here
Yes.
because we still